Alright, what's up? Just recently watched a couple of videos that got me thinking a little bit more. Uh, Not gonna say whose video I watched. Not gonna, be that kind of person. But when it comes to the whole being racist, well, people have their own opinions. People have their own views and looks of Mexicans and, blacks or Asians or, white people, whatever. But the racism is a very, very touchy subject when it comes down to it. That this is probably one of the subjects that is most viewed by Americans in our society, I guess you could say. For one, my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion on the whole situation. I don't classify myself as a racist, but there are some things that I do think that are completely retarded because, like, just the way it is. Like, we have Black History Month. Okay, that's cool. Let's celebrate all our black Americans who done some things for our country that, did us right or did us well or whatever. But, you know, if we had a White History Month, that would turn all around into where white people would be racist. Just think about it. You know what I mean? Like, it would. Like, okay, we got BET, Black Entertainment Television. Okay? If we had WET, that would make the white American society racist. And do you think that's right? No, I don't. I mean, I could care less, you know what I mean? Good job, whatever. I mean, I just don't care. And I mean, I don't care if you're black, purple, white, green, Mexican, Asian, freaking whatever. I really just don't care. But as for the whole Mexican thing going on right now, I've seen this whole racist video on YouTube on Mexicans need to go back home or whatever, and there's a part of me is like, all right, well, we're in America, we welcome everybody, we have a lot here that we take for granted, and everybody else wants to get their family money, and they want to send money to their family and make sure their family's supported. You know what? I completely understand, and if I was living in that kind of situation, I'd go for it too. I'd want to support my family and make sure my family was taken care of and everything like that. But then there's a part of me that is, well, if it wasn't for all the Mexicans in our country, a lot more Americans would have jobs. Our economy wouldn't be so bad. And I don't consider that a racist comment. I don't at all, because like I said, they don't bother me. It's whatever, but like I said, there's part of me that's like, okay, here's the situation, and we have these people here because they want to take care of their families, which I get. And then there's the other side of me that's like, well, like Americans, we are supposed to have the jobs. We're the ones who's supposed to be supporting this country. And one thing I really don't agree with is if you're going to live in this country, you should have to learn our language. We shouldn't have to learn your language. That's just one other thing that really kind of bugs me and irritates me, to be honest with you, is because, in high school they told me, oh, you have to learn Spanish. It's a necessity to life that you have to learn Spanish. No. I don't want to learn Spanish. I live in America for a reason. You learn English. I think if you want to live here, you have to learn our language. Well, I'm not going to learn yours. I want to make sure that that's understood. Like, learn our language. If you want to live here and have our freedom and our independence like we do, then learn our language. Everything nowadays has Spanish and English on it. Instructions for everything. New TVs, new DVD players, PlayStation 3s, freaking telephones, everything like that. It has an English side and it has a freaking Spanish side. No. I'm sorry. You should have to learn our language. I understand, it's consideration to have Spanish there because, you can't read Spanish. I get it, but you know, there's that part of me that thinks, well, you need to learn our ways, not us learn your ways. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not racist, but I do get where people are coming from, but they shouldn't broadcast how much they hate. Hate's too strong of a word, and if you dislike it, then fine, you dislike it, but your voice is not going to change. The legislators and the judicial system are freaking, it's not going to do anything. It's not. So just shut up, period on that one. It's one of those things where you need to just, you know, live your life and do what you have to do and not worry about what everybody else is doing. And if they're not bothering you, then why bother them? Like, it's all discrimination, it's all racism, and it's all completely and utterly ridiculous. Like I said, I don't classify myself as a racist. I could care less that they're here. I just feel that they should have to learn our language, and I feel that, you know, part of me, like maybe an incy little part of me is like, okay, well, if they wasn't here, then our economy wouldn't be so bad. I mean, we're going down the shithole, and, you know, what are we doing about it? We're not doing a dang thing about it, and it sucks. But you know what? It's the country. I mean, you live here. I mean, do you want to go somewhere else? Feel free. Go somewhere else. But we have what we have here because of the great people of before, and it's one of those things where you just need to get over it and just move on with your life and be happy with yourself and who you are, and not worry about Mexicans or blacks or whatever, you know. Like, I'm sure they bitch about us too. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm pretty sure we do things that piss them off or whatever, but they don't sit there and make videos on, oh, well, white people piss me off, and it's like, well, we were here first, so what does it matter? I mean, they're in our country. They really don't have a right. Granted, we've, you know, been here or whatever, our ancestors have been here, but they need us. They need us to make sure their families are safe. They're doing what they have to do to make sure that their families are taken care of. And I'm pretty sure half of you guys out there watching this video are probably thinking, okay, well, this bitch is stupid, you know what I mean? Like, Mexicans shouldn't be here. Or there's the other half that's like, oh, well, you know, she's kind of right because, you know, like, I would want to take care of my family too. And you want to know something? If I was a Mexican and I, you know, needed to do what I needed to do to make sure my family was taken care of, you know what? I'm damn sure going to do it, because that's what's on their mind. They're not here to take over our country. They're here because they want to support themselves and their family and have our rights and have our freedoms. That's what they're here for. Get over the fact that they're here. They're not going to go away. No matter how much you bitch and how much you complain about it, they're going to stay here. There's no way in hell that they're going to actually leave and not come back. I mean, come on. This is America. We're supposed to be, you know, free lovers here, and we're supposed to be peace and love. We need to be back in the 70s is what we really need to do, because that around that time, you know, granted there was more drugs or whatever. That's when the drugs were coming up or whatever the hell, but that's like besides the point. It's all about the peace and the love and the free living of this beautiful country that we all take for granted. Every single one of us take for granted. Americans that have been here for a long period of time, we take it for granted. We don't look at the beautiful things. We look at freaking materialistic stuff, and what God gave us, we don't look at that. We take everything that we got for granted, and that's one thing that I have the utmost respect for Mexicans, whatever, whoever's here on a visa or whatever. They don't take what we got for granted. They're taking what we got and they're using it because that's what they need to do, because they are loving their family and they're loving their life, and that's what they need to do. And you want to know something? That's what you need to do too. It's to that point where you need to just get over it, go out and get yourself a job, go out and do something with your life, and quit bitching about them being here, because they're not going anywhere. I mean, be mad all you want to. It's just, it is what it is. But that was a very touchy subject, and like I said, I'm not racist. I don't discriminate at all, because you know what? I'm gay. I don't want no one to discriminate on me. I don't want no one to freaking judge me. Why do I need to judge them? They're here for their family. They're here to support themselves and their family and to take everything that this great country has to offer, and they're taking it by the horns. They're taking the freaking bull by the horns. get over it. It's just, it is what it is. And like I said, this was a reply out to, like I said, I watched a video earlier, and this is what I came up with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Comments if you want. I don't really care. Not a very mean person at all. I'm just very blunt and to the point. Granted, I've been talking for like 10 minutes, but you know what? This is a very touchy subject, and it's something that needs to be discussed. Yeah, so enjoy yourself, and like I said, you got to get over it because they're not going anywhere.